Honor Code. This multiple Grade 1 winner from AP Indy's final crop was never off the board in 11 starts. In 2015, he became just the 9th horse in history to win both the Met Mile and the Whitney in the same year, posting 112 and 113 buyer figures respectively. And when it was all said and done, this champion older horse retired with more than $2.5 million in the bank. All this adds up to a world-class stallion at a world-class stallion farm.
Hi, everybody. Dan Illman, Mike Beer, taking a look at Pegasus World Cup contender Pattern Recognition. Our Pegasus World Cup coverage is presented by Lane's End. And Mike, Pattern Recognition has been on quite a roll for Chad Brown. He's won 3 consecutive races, all with triple-digit buyer speed figures, including this performance in the Grade 1 Cigar Mile, where he went gate to wire at 5-1. We take a look at the stretch drive, and Pattern Recognition made the lead here, and maybe he was fortunate to do so. And Ryan Moore was just not very aggressive on the favorite Mendelssohn. Pattern Recognition made the lead, controlled the pace, and held on grimly to the wire. I think he's been kind of fortunate in his last 2 races from a pace scenario standpoint, but there's no denying his natural ability.
He does have talent. There's no doubt about that. But you're right. His last 2 wins, the 2 signature wins on his card, are Grade 1 and a Grade 2. He was able to make easy leads in both of those races, and it did sort of feel like he took advantage a little bit. I think when you watch that stretch one we just looked at there, the Cigar Mile, you could see he wasn't really getting away from that field, Dan. He was just sort of hanging on there to the wire. So now you have to worry about a horse who's going to stretch out around 2 turns for the first time and try 9 furlongs. It feels like that could be a tall order for him, but there's no denying he's a pretty nice horse.
Is he the main speed in this race? There are a couple of other horses with gas. Pattern Recognition does have speed. How do you see him in the early portion of this race? Where do you believe he's going to be placed?
Well, they're going to try and get out there. I think they'll try and put him on the lead if they can. I don't know if they're going to be able to do it this time. I think he's going to be facing some faster horses in this race. It's not like you feel like when you look at his PP, he has to have the lead to run his best race, but he's certainly a better horse when he's forwardly placed.
Jose Ortiz has the mount, and the question is whether he'll be able to wrest the early lead away from City of Light, who might just simply be faster out of the gate than Pattern Recognition. But as you mentioned, Pattern Recognition I don't think needs the lead to succeed. The question is, if he's going to chase City of Light, he's going to have to attack that horse on the turn at this longer distance, which might be a little far for Pattern Recognition. And if he is to wrest the lead away from City of Light, you got to figure accelerate, and the others are going to be breathing down its neck. It's going to be a tall order for Pattern Recognition. What price do you think you need in order to play him to win? Because again, from a buyer speed figure standpoint, all you see are triple-digit numbers. You've got Chad Brown, you've got Jose Ortiz, you've got a sharp horse. There are negatives, but there are also positives.
Yeah, I think all those things you mentioned sort of lead to him maybe being too short a price. For me, anyway, I'm talking about me personally. I would need a pretty big price to bet him because I just think he has a lot of things working against him, especially when you consider, the stretch out and distance of the different pace scenario now. Outside of that, he's got the same problem everybody else has in this race. They're facing 2 legitimate favorites in the field. To me, I would just need a big price to play him. I think he's in pretty tough in this race.
He's another horse that might be impacted by post position. At 1 1/8 at Gulfstream Park, you really don't want to be too far outside, lest you be forced extremely wide with the short run into the first turn. Post positions, of course, will be drawn the Tuesday of the Pegasus World Cup. Pattern Recognition, talented, sharp, fast, trained by Chad Brown. But the big obstacle he's going to have to overcome, other than accelerate in City of Light, is the 1 1/8 distance.